Good morning, all of you. Only 94 members have been joined to the class. Okay. Once again, good morning, all of you. Today's concept is list. Today's concept is list. Previously, we already known what is a list. List in the sense, what is a list in the sense? What we know is a group of elements. A group of elements placed between parentheses and divided by commas is called as a list. Okay, some group of elements where the elements are placed in a square brackets and are divided by comma is called as a list. That is the definition of a list. Generally, list is the most versatile data type available in Python. Generally, list is a list is also one of the data type. List is also one of the data type in Python programming language. We have dealt with int, we have dealt with float, we have no complex. Okay, in the same way, list 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 is also a sort of data type. Okay, that is the first point. And the second point is definition. We already know definition. A group of elements divided by commas and placed between square brackets is called as a list. And the third point is lists are mutable. Lists are mutable. Mutable in the sense we can change the elements in the list. We can change the elements in the list. Okay, that is the introduction of list. So remember 3 points clearly. First of all, list is also a data type in Python programming language. That is the first point. So if I ask a question like what is a list, you need to reply list is a data type. List is nothing but a data type. That is the first point. And the second point is a group of elements. Those particular elements are called as values. They can be called as values or items. A group of elements separated by commas and placed between square brackets is called as a list. కొన్ని group of elements ని values అనొచ్చు items అని కూడా అనొచ్చు. A group of elements divided by commas లో separate చేసి మొత్తాన్ని స్క్వేర్ బ్రాకెట్స్ లో ప్లేస్ చేస్తే that is called as a list. Okay, and the third point is lists are mutable. Lists are mutable. Mutable. See here, lists are mutable. Mutable in the sense we can change the elements in the list. We can change the elements in a list. These are the 3 points. Coming to the fourth point. Coming to the fourth point. What is the syntax of a list? What is the syntax of a list? Normally, if we need to assign a value to a variable, we will be mentioning like something like a is equal to 3, where a is the name of the variable, equal to its assignment operator, and 3 is the value assigned to the variable a. In the same way, first we need to mention the list name. First, we need to mention the list variable name. Equal to is nothing but the assignment operator. Equal to is nothing but the assignment operator. On the right side of equal to operator, there will be the values. There will be the values. See here, value 1, value 2, value 3, and so on, value n. Every value is separated by commas. Every value is separated by commas, and the entire thing is placed in square brackets. This is nothing but called as a list. Remember, list is nothing but placing elements in a square brackets and dividing them by commas, separating them by commas. This is the syntax of a list. Now, example. So list underscore a is a variable name. What type of variable name is list underscore a in the sense? It's a list variable name. The highlighted part in the slide shows that list underscore a is nothing but a list variable name. This is not a normal variable. అది normal variable కాదు. It's a list variable. So how can we tell that list underscore is a list? ఇది ఈ వేరియబుల్ లిస్ట్ వేరియబుల్ అని మనం ఎలా చెప్తాను? ఈక్వల్ టు కి రైట్ సైడ్ స్క్వేర్ బ్రాకెట్స్ లో ఎలిమెంట్స్ ప్లేస్ అయి ఉన్నాయి, కామాస్ తో సెపరేట్ అయి ఉన్నాయి. కామాస్ తో సెపరేట్ అయి ఉన్నాయి. సో దిస్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏ లిస్ట్ వేరియబుల్ నేమ్. List underscore a is nothing but a list variable name. In that the elements, see the elements. The elements in a list can be of same data type or different data type also. ఒక లిస్ట్ లో ఎలిమెంట్స్ ప్లేస్ చేయాలి అంటే those elements can be of same data type or can be of different data types also. So particularly in this line, considering this line, list underscore is nothing but a list variable name. List underscore a is nothing but a list variable name, whereas equal to is nothing but a assignment operator. Equal to is assignment operator. These all are called as elements of a list or values of a list or items of a list. Values అనొచ్చు, elements అనొచ్చు, items అని కూడా అనొచ్చు. Clear? This is the syntax of a list and this is the how to assign value to a list. Okay. In the next statement, I am telling to print list underscore a. List underscore a is nothing but a variable name. List underscore a is nothing but a variable name. Clear? So this is the introduction of list. Now we all know that list is one of the versatile data type in Python programming language. A list is a group of elements separated by commas and are placed between square brackets. That is nothing but called as a list. And the third point is, lists are mutable. Mutable in the sense elements can be changed. Elements can be changed. Okay, this is the syntax of a list. First, we need to mention the list variable name equal to assignment operator, followed by the group of elements which are separated by commas and placed between square brackets. This is the sample program. This is the sample program. Remember, these particular highlighted are called as elements or values are also called as items. Square brackets lo ఉన్న దాన్ని values అనొచ్చు, items అనొచ్చు లేదా elements అని కూడా అనొచ్చు. So in one textbook they will be referred with items. In one textbook they will be referred with values. But in the online website they will be referred with elements. No issues, they are called elements or values or items also. Clear? This is the output of this particular program. And one more point to be remembered is the values of the elements can be in a single data type or different data types. Suppose if you want to mention all the elements in integers, you can mention like 9 comma 18 comma 27 comma 36 and so on as you wish. If you want to mention different data types, see here I have mentioned different data types, no issues. If you want to mention all the elements in floating data type, you can mention in the floating data type also. Okay, clear? And the next one is, how can we access elements in a list? How can we access elements in a list? Okay, in this particular concept also we need to learn 4 points. First one is we need index operator. Index operator in the sense square bracket open, square bracket close. We need index operator to access any item in a list. That is the first point. That is, if we want to access any element in a list, we need to access them by using index operator. And the second point is index starts from 0. Index value starts from 0. We all know that positive indexing will be starting from 0, which follows from left to the right, and negative indexing starts from -1, which will be done from right to left. Clear? Index starts with 0. Positive indexing will start with 0 and negative indexing will start with -1. Okay, that is the second point. And the third point is trying to access any element that trying to access any element out of the range. Already we have discussed. Suppose if our list have only index values of about 5, if we are going to access any value in the 6th index, then it raises an index error. మన దగ్గర ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్స్ 5 ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, 5 ఎలిమెంట్స్ కి ఇండెక్స్ వాల్యూస్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి? 0 1 2 3 4. So if you are having 5 elements, then the index values will be 0 1 2 3 4. If you are asking the interpreter to print any index value of 18, అసలు 18 అనే ఇండెక్స్ మనకు లేదు. సో అలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్ లో the interpreter raises an index error. If a user is going to access any value beyond the range, then it raises an index value. And the third point, and the next point is the index value must be of only integer. The index value must be of only integer. If in place of integer, if you are going to use any other data type, then it raises an type error. So again, I am going to repeat all the 4 points which we are discussing in accessing values in a list. See, for accessing values in a list, first point is we need to use index operator. First point is we need to use index operator. Index operator in the sense square bracket open, square bracket close. Okay, that is first point. Second point, index starts from, that is positive index starts from 0 and the negative indexing starts from -1. Positive indexing starts from 0 and negative indexing starts from -1. Clear? Positive indexing starts from 0, that is from left side to the right side. Negative indexing starts with -1, that is from right side to the left side. That is second point. Third point, if an user is going to access any element beyond the range, then the interpreter raises an index error. Clear? If the user, if the programmer is going to access any element beyond the range, then the interpreter raises index error. That is third point. Fourth point, index values must only be of integer data type. Index values must only be of integer data type. So index ఏంటి అంటే 0 1 2 3 లేదా -1 -2 -3 అంటున్నాం కానీ ABCD అలా అని మాట్లాడుతున్నాం మనం. So all the index values must be of integer data type only. Suppose if a programmer is going to mention any another data type instead of integer, then the interpreter raises the type error. Then the interpreter raises the type error. Clear? These are the 4 points to be remembered in accessing values in a list. So considering this example, what is this? My underscore list. Is it a variable name? It's not a normal variable name. It's nothing but a list variable name. My underscore list is nothing but a list variable name. So these are all called as elements or values or items. These are all called as elements or values or items. So all the elements in this particular list are of what data type? See here, all the elements in this particular list are characters. All the elements in this particular list are characters. So here P is a character. Since P is a character, I have placed in single quotation. If you want to place any integer in the above also, since 9 is an integer, I place it normally. Here P is a character. Since P is a character, I placed in single quotations. Python is nothing but a string. So I have placed in double quotations. 9.18 is a float data type. So I did not mention any quotations. If it is a character, you need to mention single quotations. If it is a string, you need to mention double quotations. Clear? Since all the elements which I have considered in this particular example are characters, I have mentioned with single quotations. If you observe clearly, every character is placed between single quotation and are separated by commas. Finally, they are placed between square brackets. Now what I'm going to ask is print my underscore list. What is my underscore list? My underscore list is nothing but a list variable name, or simply called as a list name. My underscore list is nothing but a list name. In that particular list, I am asking the interpreter to print the 0th value, to print the 0th index value. So in the 0th position, what will be the value? P. So the output will be P. In the next print statement, I am asking to go to my underscore list. What is my underscore list in this sense? It's a list name. And I am going to ask to print the value at index 2. So this is index 0, index 1, index 2. So O will be our output. Okay. And the next thing, print my underscore list of 4. Same way, my underscore list is nothing but a list name. Now asking the interpreter to print the value which is at index 4. Can anyone of you tell me what will be the value of index 4? Anyone of you? In this particular list, what is the value of index 4? What is the value of index 4? Simply count here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So our output will be R. See here, R has been printed. Okay. Next, nested list. So already we have discussed about nested if else, what is nested for and what is nested while. Nested in the sense, If it is a nested for, if we are having a for loop inside a for loop, then it is called as a nested for. In the same way, if we are having a list inside a list, then it is called as a nested list. If we are having a list inside a list, it is called as a nested list. Here, in the same way, look into the example, n underscore list. What is n underscore list? It is nothing but a list name. N underscore list is nothing but a list variable name. Equal to is assignment operator. See here, square bracket open, square bracket close. Square bracket open, square bracket close. And inside also there is one square bracket open and square bracket close. This is called as a nested list. This is called as a nested list. In a nested list, how can we access elements? In a nested list, how can we access elements? See here properly, this will be the 0th index value. This will be the 0th index value of the outermost list. Happy will be 0th index value. This will be the first index value. See, there are two elements in a list. There are two elements in it. This is nothing but called as a nested list. This is nothing but called as a nested list. Why it is called as a nested list in the sense? A list is placed in between a list. Okay, list lo inko list undi kabatti it is called as a nested list. Clear? So happy will be in the 0th index and this total thing will be placed in the first index. Happy will be in the 0th index and this total thing will be in the first index. First index. So now I am asking the interpreter to perform this statement. To perform this statement. See, n underscore list is nothing but the name of the nested list. N underscore list is nothing but a name of the nested list. Okay. Next, in the list, first I need to go to 0th index. 0th index means, as I already told you, this will be placed in the 0th index and this will be placed in the first index. So 0th index in the sense, the interpreter will be checking for this statement. The interpreter will be checking for that element. In the 0th element also, I am asking the interpreter to print only the first index. So this is the 0th index, and in this 0th index, I am asking the interpreter to print the value of index 1. So what will be the value of index 1? This total thing will be in index 0. In this index 0, I am asking the interpreter to print the index value of 1. So A will be the 1. Okay, once again I am repeating this particular statement. Happy will be placed in 0th index and this thing will be placed in the first index. Here, this is in 0th index and this is in the first index. Clear up to now. Okay, when we are checking individually, now we are talking about individual indexing. Individual indexing. Since this statement is nothing but a nested list, this is in 0th index. Happy will be in the 0th index and this is will be in first index. Now consider individually. In 0th index also, H will be placed in 0, A will be placed in 1, P will be placed in 2, this P in 3, this Y in 4. Clear? Now I am asking the interpreter to print in 0th index. That means interpreter considers this index, that particular element, and in that particular element I am asking to print index value 1. So the output will be A. The output will be A. Clear everyone? See, nested list lo idantha 0th index lo untadi, idantha index 1 lo untadi. Clear? Adi nested list antunnam. Nested list lo malla individual element ni consider chesinappudu, as I said, ఇది మొత్తం 0th element లోనే ఉంటది. When we are going to mention only this particular 0th index, H will be in 0, A will be in 1, P will be in 2, this P in third index, Y will be in fourth index. And in the same way, when I am going to consider this index, 2 will be in 0th index, 0 will be in first index, 2 will be in second index, 0 will be in the third index. Clear? So these two print statements, for these two print statements, we are going to get these two values. These two values. See here, 0th index means interpreter will be considering happy. And in that particular happy also, I am asking to print index 1. So A will be the output. A will be the output. Suppose if I ask the interpreter to print n underscore list of 0, 3. 0, 3. 0 in the sense, go to the first index. Go to the 0th index, first element. Go to the 0th index. And in that, I am going to ask to print the third index value. Third index value means 0, 1, 2, 3. So here our output will become P. Our output will become P. In the same way, consider this particular statement. Consider this particular statement. Here I am going to ask the interpreter to print n underscore list. N underscore list is nothing but a nested list. Nested list. And in that, consider first index. First index means this is the first index. This is the first index. And in this first index also, I am asking the interpreter to print the third index value. Third index value. Third index value in the sense 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 will be the output. 0 will be the output. Clear everyone? 0 will be the output. Remember, not this 0, this 0. Since I am asking to print the index value at 3, 2 will be taking 0th index, 0 will be taking first index, 2 will be taking second index, and the last element 0 will be taking the third index. So this highlighted 0 will be printed as 0 here. 0 here. Okay. Anyways, now we shall take an example. We shall consider one small example so that it will be easy for all of you. So I am taking a file where A is equal to open the list. A is equal to open the list, and P comma Y comma T comma H comma Y comma N. Okay. N. Okay, this is our example. So A, what is A? A is a list name. A is a list name. Equal to is nothing but assignment operator. What are these all called as? What are these all called as? Elements or values or items of a list. Elements or values or items of a list. Clear? Elements or items or values of a list. Okay. Now we shall perform how can we access element in a list. So print a of 0. Print a of 0. So how will be the index values? P will be in 0, Y in 1, T in second index, H in 3, O in 4, N will be in 5. Clear? So positive indexing starts from left to right? So 0, this will be in 0th index, first index, second index, third index, fourth index, and fifth index. That is positive indexing. Now we shall consider negative indexing. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Okay, everyone. Now I am going to ask to interpreter to print the value of a of 0. A is nothing but an list name. A is nothing but an list variable name. So what will be the output of this particular statement in this sense? Capital P. Capital P will be the output. Since A is the list name, and in that particular list also I am going to access the element of 0th index. Okay. Now I am asking to the interpreter to print the value of 3. To print the value of 3. Can anyone give me the output of this statement? Any one of you? What will be output of this particular statement called print A of 3? Anyone who is listening to me? Sorry?
P, sir.
Your voice is not audible. Somebody
H, sir.
H. So we shall look into H. So this is the total list, right? So 0th index, first index, second index, and third index. So H will be the value. So H will be our value. Okay. Next, again, I am going to access some element like -1. I'm going to access some element like -1. So what will be the value here? -1 is not -1 does not raise any syntax error. Python allows positive indexing as well as negative indexing also. So print A of -1. A of -1 in this sense we are going to get the value called n. See here, Negative indexing starts from right to left. Minus 1 means n will be the value. Again, I am asking to print this statement like minus 3. Now any one of you, what will be the output here? What will be the output here? So, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay. So H will be the output. H will be the output. And the most important thing and the most important statement, I am going to ask the interpreter to print the value of 9. So A is nothing but a list variable name and 9 is the index value. So what will be the output here?
Index error.
Definitely it's an index error. Definitely it's an index error. It's an index error. ERROR. Suppose if I am going to ask like this, I am going to ask like this, Z. What will be the output? See, already I told you, if you are going to access any value in a list, the index value need to be only in integer data type. Here I am asking the index value with, is Z an integer data type? It's not an integer, right? So automatically it raises as type error. It raises as type error. It raises as type error. ERROR. Clear? Now, next thing, suppose I want to access some group of elements. I want to access some group of elements. ఇప్పటిదాకా ఏం చేసాం, ఏదో పాజిటివ్ ఇండెక్సింగ్ ఏదో నెగటివ్ ఇండెక్సింగ్ యూస్ చేసుకొని ఒక్క ఎలిమెంట్ ని యాక్సెస్ చేసుకున్నాం అంతేనా. సపోజ్ నౌ ఐ వాంట్ టు యాక్సెస్ ఏ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్. Now I want to access a group of elements. So consider the statement print a of 1:4. Print a of 1:4. So what will be the output here? A of 1:4. So a in the sense list name 1, index 1 నుంచి index 4 వరకు print అవ్వాలి. Remember, when we are going to perform from 1 to 4, 1 to 3 will be performed. 1 to 3 will be performed. So index a of 1:4. What will be the output? So we shall place these two statements in comment lines. We shall place these two statements in comment lines and run the program. So before running the program, what will be the output? Any one of you? What will be the output of the program? Any one of you? Since I am going to
PYTH.
Sorry?
PYTH.
PYTH. No, not PYTH. Any one of you? Yes, exactly. YTH. Since I am asking the interpreter to start from index value 1. Index value 1 in the sense y. Y comma. Okay, next t comma h. Y comma t comma h. Clear? This is how we can access a group of elements in a list. This is how we can access a group of elements in a list. Now let us consider negative indexing. How can we access a group of elements using negative indexing? Clear, everyone? How can we access a group of elements using negative indexing? -1:-4. -1:-4. So what will be the output? What will be the output?
NOH.
What?
NOH.
NOH. Clear? N O C -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. So what will be the output? Already I told you, in positive indexing, the value starts from right side to the left side. In the index value, what I mentioned here, in the index, ఇప్పుడు 1 నుంచి 4 positive indexing కాబట్టి you have considered from left side to the right side. Here we are going to get an empty list. Since in negative indexing, at least one value among these two must be positive. In negative indexing, any among these two, see here I have given -1 and -4. Among these two values, one value must be positive indexing. Better the left value, take left value as positive indexing. Since I have placed both the values in negative indexing, we are going to get an empty list. We are going to get an empty list. We shall check out whether what I said is correct or not. Remember, I have mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statements. I have mentioned 5 print statements. Sorry, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 print statements. The output will be like this: PH, NH, Y, TH. Remember this last one. For negative indexing, what we need to get is empty list. Okay, I am going to execute this program. Press F5. Press F5. Go to IDLE for the output. Go to IDLE for the output. See, now check the output. Check the output. See the last output. See the last output. Empty list. Why? Because I mentioned start value and the stop value also in negative index only. That is why the interpreter returned me as empty list. Definitely one value among those two must be of positive integer value. Better consider the left side of the part as positive integer value. Better consider left side of the part as positive integer value, such that it will be easy for us to track. Okay. Now go to again that page. Okay, this is what I told you. Now. So Python allows negative indexing for a sequence. The index of -1 refers to the last item, -2 to the second last item, and so on. Here, so here I consider a list. So print -1. -1 in the sense the negative indexing starts from right to left. So G will be the output. See here, G will be the output. Next, print my_list index value is -6. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. See here, A will be the output. Here, A will be the output. And the last statement, print my_list of -11. -11 in the sense -1, -2, and so on, -11. So P will be the output. So better my advice is, if you want to access any group of elements, if you want to access any group of elements in a list, better use positive indexing only. Suppose if you are mentioning both the start value and stop value in negative, or if you are mentioning one positive and one negative value, there will be no change in the output. The output will be blindly mentioned with empty list. So ఒక లిస్ట్ లో గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్ ని యాక్సెస్ చేయాలి అనుకుంటే బెటర్ యూజ్ విత్ పాజిటివ్ ఇండెక్సింగ్ ఓన్లీ. స్టార్ట్ వాల్యూని స్టాప్ వాల్యూని mention both the values in positive indexing only. Clear? See here. Okay, here also nested lists are mentioned with positive values only. So better use positive indexing only for accessing a group of elements. So no issues. If you want to access only one element, you can either use positive value or negative value as your index. Okay, next, how can we add or change elements to a list? As I said at the starting itself, lists are mutable. Mutable in the sense we can change the elements in a list. See, there are 3 procedures how can we add or change elements in a list. ఒక లిస్ట్ లో ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని యాడ్ చేయాలి అన్నా ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని చేంజ్ చేయాలి అన్నా 3 టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ 3 టైప్స్ ఏంటంటే, ఫస్ట్ we can do by using equal to operator. First thing is we can do by using equal to operator. Equal to is nothing but assignment operator. And the second one is by using a predefined function called append. A-P-P-E-N-D, append. And the third one is by using a predefined function called extend. E-X-T-E-N-D. So in a list, if you are going to add or change element, ఒక లిస్ట్ మనం కన్సిడర్ చేసుకొని ఆ లిస్ట్ లో ఎలిమెంట్ ని యాడ్ చేయాలి అన్నా, or if you want to change the element, there are 3 types, 3 processes in the first process. We can change or add the element by using equal to assignment operator, and the second one is by using extend function, extend function, and the third one is by using append function, append. So let us see the example. This particular example is for only using assignment operator. See, num is nothing but a list name. Num is nothing but a list name. Equal to is assignment operator. What are 2, 4, 6, 8 called as? What are 2, 4, 6, 8 are called as? These are called as elements or values or items in a list. Okay. So this is the list which I have considered initially. This is the list which I have considered initially. So now I am changing the value of a list. If we want to change a single value in a list, how can we change it? So num is nothing but a list name. What is this 0? 0 is nothing but index value. Equal to is nothing but assignment operator. 1 is nothing but element or value or item. What does this statement represent is num ane list lo 0th index దగ్గర ఏ ఉన్నా సరే 1 అనే ఎలిమెంట్ అసైన్ చేయండి అని చెప్తుంది. క్లియర్? num అనే లిస్ట్ నేమ్ లో 0th ఇండెక్స్ లో ఏ వాల్యూ ఉన్నా సరే 1 అనే ఎలిమెంట్ ని అసైన్ చేయండి అని చెప్తుంది. See, already we know, suppose a is equal to 9. First statement, a is equal to 9. Second statement, a is equal to 18. Third statement, print a anta. Print a in the sense, what will be the output? 18 will be the output. That means we are reassigning the value of the variable. Once again I am repeating, a is equal to 9, a is equal to 18. In the third statement, print a. Print a అన్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? 18 will be going to get printed. Why? Because the value of a, where the value is 9, will be reassigned with 18. In the same way, this is the list which I have considered. Where the elements are 2, 4, 6, 8. 2 will be placed in 0th index. 4 will be placed in first index. 6 will be placed in second index. 8 will be placed in the third index. Clear? Now, this statement refers to reassign a single value. That means I am changing one value in a list. So, this statement అర్థమైందా? ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ అర్థమైందా? num అనే లిస్ట్ లో 0th ఇండెక్స్ లో 1 అనే వాల్యూని అసైన్ చేయండి అని చెప్తుంది. So, in the third statement I am asking to print num. What is num? Num is nothing but a list name. So, అది ప్రింట్ అయినప్పుడు చూడండి ఎలా ప్రింట్ అయిందో మనకి. సో, అది ప్రింట్ అయినప్పుడు చూడండి 2, 6, 8 కాస్త ఎలా మారిపోయింది? 1, 4, 6, 8. ఎందుకు చేంజ్ అయిపోయింది అంటే బికాస్ ఐ యూజ్డ్ అసైన్మెంట్ ఆపరేటర్ టు చేంజ్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ 2 as 1 బై యూజింగ్ ఇండెక్స్ 0. ఇండెక్స్ 0 ప్లేస్ లో 2 అనే వాల్యూ తీసేసి 1 అనేది రీఅసైన్ చేశాం. దట్ మీన్స్ ఐ హావ్ చేంజ్డ్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఎ లిస్ట్. సో ద అవుట్పుట్ ఇస్ లైక్ దిస్ 1, 4, 6, 8. Suppose let us assume here num is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8. No problem. Next, num of 3 equal to 1. Num of 3 equal to 1. Num అంటే ఏంటి? లిస్ట్ నేమ్. 3 ఇండెక్స్ వాల్యూ 3. సో ఇండెక్స్ వాల్యూ 3 లో ఉంది 0th ఇండెక్స్, ఫస్ట్ ఇండెక్స్, సెకండ్ ఇండెక్స్, థర్డ్ ఇండెక్స్. సో దేంతో అసైన్ చేయమంటున్నా? 1 తో. Then our output will be like 2, 4, 6, 1. 2, 4, 6, 1. This particular assigning will be done in order to change a single element in a list. మీరు లిస్ట్ లో ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ చేంజ్ చేసుకోవాలంటే సింపుల్ గా ఇలా చేంజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు చేంజ్ ఏ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఇన్ ఏ లిస్ట్. ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ అయితే ఇలా. సపోజ్ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ చేంజ్ చేసుకోవాలంటుంది. హౌ కెన్ యూ డూ అంటే this is how you can perform. So num is nothing but a name of the list. 1 colon 4. What is 1? From index 1 to index 4. That means you need to consider index 1, index 2, index 3. 1 నుంచి 4 వరకు అంటే 4 will not be treated in order to change the element. So 4 కి ముందులో ఏముంది? 3 ఉంది. సో ఇండెక్స్ 1 లో, ఇండెక్స్ 2 లో, ఇండెక్స్ 3 లో వాల్యూస్ చేంజ్ చేయాలంటున్నా. దేంతో చేంజ్ చేయాలి? 3, 5, 7. ఆల్రెడీ మన దగ్గర ఉన్న లిస్ట్ ఏంటి ఇప్పుడు? 1, 4, 6, 8. Clear? 1, 4, 6, 8. ఈ లిస్ట్ లో now I am going to change the values. ఎక్కడి నుంచి అంటున్నా 1 నుంచి 4 వరకు. సో 1 నుంచి 4 వరకు అంటే 1 నుంచి 4 వరకు అంటే already I have changed this value to 1. Already I have changed this value to 1. So consider from index 1. This will be changed with 3. This will be changed with 5. And this will be changed with 7. This will be changed with 7. Clear? This is the purpose where the output will be like 1, 3, 5, 7. అర్థమైందా? సో ఇనిషియల్లీ ఐ కన్సిడర్ లిస్ట్ లైక్ 2, 4, 6, 8 అని నేను ఒక లిస్ట్ కన్సిడర్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ ని చేంజ్ చేశాను. ఎలా చేంజ్ చేశాను అంటే బై యూజింగ్ ఈక్వల్ టు అసైన్మెంట్ ఆపరేటర్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద ప్రొసీజర్ హౌ కెన్ వి చేంజ్ ఏ సింగిల్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఇన్ ఏ లిస్ట్. ప్రింట్ చేశాను. ఆ లిస్ట్ ని ప్రింట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమైంది 1, 4, 6, 8 అనేది ప్రింట్ అయింది. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ అదే లిస్ట్ కి ఫస్ట్ ఇండెక్స్ నుంచి ఫోర్త్ ఇండెక్స్ వరకు 1 to 4 values దీంతో చేంజ్ చేయమంటున్నా 3, 5, 7. So this is how the final output will be. This is how the final output will be. So now hope everyone of you understood how we can change a single value as well as a group of values by using equal to assignment operator. Clear? Next, already told you that there are two predefined functions also to change or add an element to the list. Those two predefined functions are append and extend. See here, append, append, and the next one is extend. The difference between append and extend function is append చేయాలి అనుకుంటే ఓన్లీ ఒక్క ఎలిమెంట్ మాత్రమే append అవుతుంది. గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని చేర్చాలి అనుకుంటే extend ఫంక్షన్. ఓకే, append, వాట్ ఈస్ append? మనకున్న గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ లో లాస్ట్ లో ఒక్క వాల్యూ యాడ్ అవ్వాలి అంటే append ఫంక్షన్. సపోజ్ మన దగ్గర 2, 4, 6, 8 ఉన్నాయి, 10 అనేది యాడ్ చేయాలి చివరిలో, దెన్ వీ కెన్ యూస్ append ఫంక్షన్. ఓకే, append ఇన్ ది సెన్స్ మనకున్న లిస్ట్ కి చివరిలో ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ యాడ్ అయితే append ఫంక్షన్ అంటాం. అలాగే మనకున్న లిస్ట్ లో చివరిలో గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని యాడ్ చేస్తుంటే దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ ఫంక్షన్. పైన ఈక్వల్ టు అసైన్మెంట్ ఆపరేటర్ తో ఏం చేసాం, లాస్ట్, స్టార్టింగ్, మిడిల్ అలా ఏం లేదు. ఒక వాల్యూ అసైన్ చేయాలంటే ఎలాగో చూసాం, గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూస్ అసైన్ చేయాలన్నా ఎలాగో చూసాం. బట్ అపెండ్ ఫంక్షన్ ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే మనకు ఉన్న లిస్ట్ లో లాస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఒక్కటి మాత్రమే యాడ్ చేస్తుంది. In order to add a single element at the end of a list, then we need to use append function. In the same way, if we need to add a group of elements at the end of a list lo oka element aithe append function, end of a list lo group of elements aithe extend function. So look into this example. Num is a list name equal to its assignment operator. 1, 3, 5 are called values or elements or items of a list. 1, 3, 5 are called values or elements or items of a list. See, num dot append. What is num? Num is the name of the list. Dot operator. Append is a function. So append function 7 and ichcha. So what is append? I already told you. Append is nothing but adding one value at the end of a list. Manakunna list lo చివరిలో ఒక వాల్యూని యాడ్ చేయాలంటే అపెండ్ అంటున్నాం. సో num dot append of 7. See, this is not index in order to place in square brackets. Square brackets లో ప్లేస్ చేసాము అంటే మళ్ళీ ఇండెక్స్ అయిపోతుంది. పెరాన్సిస్ లో ప్లేస్ చేసాం కాబట్టి దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎ ఫంక్షన్, append function. సో append function we need to mention with square brackets. ఇండెక్స్ అయితే స్క్వేర్ బ్రాకెట్స్, ఫంక్షన్ కాబట్టి you need to mention with parenthesis. Okay, so append, what is append? Already manakunna list ki ee 7 an element last lo add avutundi. So 1, 3, 5, 7. See here, I asked the interpreter to print num. The output will be 1, 3, 5, 7. Suppose if I want to add a group of elements at the end of a list, naakunna list ki group of elements chivarlo add cheyalanuntunna, then it will be like this: num dot extend of. See here, the group of elements need to be mentioned between square brackets. So 9, 11, 13, 15. Already మన దగ్గర ఉన్న లిస్ట్ లో elements 1, 3, 5, 7. సో 135 అనేది ఇనిషియల్ గా నేను తీసుకున్న లిస్ట్. 7 అనేది అపెండ్ ఫంక్షన్ ద్వారా మన లిస్ట్ లోకి యాడ్ అయిన వాల్యూ 1, 3, 5, 7. ఇప్పుడు ఎక్స్టెండ్ ఫంక్షన్ యూస్ చేసుకుని ఇంకొక 4 వాల్యూస్ యాడ్ చేశా. సో అవర్ అవుట్పుట్ విల్ బి లైక్ 1, 3, 5, 9, 11, 13, 15. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Clear? This is how we can add element or change an element in a list. Clear everyone? We can add or change elements in a list by using as equal to assignment operator, or by using append function, or by using extend function. The main difference between append and extend functions are append function adds only one element at the end of the list. Append function adds only one element at the end of the list, whereas extend function adds a group of elements at the end of the list. A group of elements at the end of the list. The important point in extend function is the group of elements must be placed in a list only. See here, if it is a single elements, we have mentioned in the parentheses. If it is a group of elements, those group of elements must be placed in square brackets, as well as they must be placed in parentheses. Since extend is a function, parentheses open, parentheses close. What are these middle? These are the group of elements which are to be added at the end of a list. So since there are group of elements, those must be placed in square brackets. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఎక్స్టెండ్ ఫంక్షన్ అంటే గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని యాడ్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి ఆ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ అనేది స్క్వేర్ బ్రాకెట్స్ లో ప్లేస్ చేయాలి. సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యూ మెన్షన్ లైక్ num dot extend parenthesis open 9, 11, 13, 15 parenthesis close, then system automatically raises syntax error. Syntax error. Definitely when we are going to extend a list by using extend function, those group of elements need to be mentioned in square brackets only. Okay, this is how we can add or change elements in a list. Now coming to the next topic, how can we delete or remove elements from a list? How can we delete or remove elements in a list? Add or change ante we can use assignment operator, we can use append function, and we can use extend function. There are 3 possibilities. Now how can we delete? How can we delete? How can we delete in the sense, here also we are having 3 possibilities. First one is by using del keyword. First one is by using del keyword. Del is a keyword. And the second one is remove method, remove, remove method. The third one is pop method, pop, pop method. And the last one is clear method. So in a list, if you are going to delete or remove elements in a list, there are 4 possibilities. First one is by using del keyword. Second one is by using remove method. Third one is by using pop method. And fourth one is by using clear method. So now we shall see what is the difference between remove method, pop method, and clear method. Simple. Clear method ante it removes all the elements in a list. Suppose oka list lo 10 elements unnai anukondi, clear అని కొట్టంగానే it removes all the 10 elements and returns empty list. Clear? So clear method ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే it clears all the elements in a list and empty list ని మాత్రమే ఉంచుకుంటుంది. That is the first one. Remove method, మనం ఏ ఎలిమెంట్ అయితే రిమూవ్ చేయండి అని చెప్తున్నామో that particular element will be going to be removed. Next, pop function. What is pop function? The pop function also functions same like remove. Remove function ఏం చేస్తుంది, మనం ఏ ఎలిమెంట్ అయితే రిమూవ్ చేసేయమంటున్నామో ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ రిమూవ్ చేసేస్తుంది. పాప్ ఫంక్షన్ కూడా మనం ఏ ఎలిమెంట్ అయితే రిమూవ్ చేయమంటున్నామో ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ రిమూవ్ చేస్తుంది. బట్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ రిమూవ్ ఫంక్షన్ అండ్ పాప్ ఫంక్షన్ ఈస్, రిమూవ్ ఫంక్షన్ జస్ట్ రిమూవ్ మాత్రమే చేస్తుంది. బట్ పాప్ ఫంక్షన్ ఎలిమెంట్ రిమూవ్ చేసేసి ఏ ఎలిమెంట్ ని రిమూవ్ చేసామో ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ ని కూడా మనకు అవుట్పుట్ కింద ఇస్తుంది. దీస్ ఆర్ ది 2 differences. Remove function and pop function both deletes a single element in a list. But the difference between remove function and pop function is, remove function just removes an element, whereas pop function removes an element and returns the removes element also. ఏ ఎలిమెంట్ అయితే రిమూవ్ చేసేసిందో ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ ని కూడా మనకు రిటర్న్ చేస్తుంది. That is the difference. And the second difference is రిమూవ్ ఫంక్షన్ లో ఖచ్చితంగా మనం ఏదో ఒక వాల్యూ మెన్షన్ చేయాలి. ఇన్ రిమూవ్ ఫంక్షన్ we need to mention any one value or element of a list, whereas in pop function there is no rule that to mention an element or value or item of a list. మరి ఏం డిలీట్ అవుతుంది సార్? రిమూవ్ ఫంక్షన్ లో we are going to mention some element, ఫలానా ఎలిమెంట్ రిమూవ్ చేసాను చెప్తున్నాం, రిమూవ్ చేస్తుంది. పాప్ ఎలిమెంట్ లో అవసరం లేదు అని చెప్తున్నాం. దెన్ వాట్ ఈస్ ఎలిమెంట్ గోయింగ్ టు బి డిలీటెడ్ ఈస్ ది లాస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ లిస్ట్. If in a pop function, if I mentioned any index value, that particular element will be deleted. If I did not mention any element in pop, then the last element of the list will be going to get deleted. Last element of the list is going to be get deleted. Okay. Today we shall end the class here. See, remember, today we have discussed what is a list, what is the syntax, how can we create a list, how can we access a list by using positive negative indexing, what is a nested list. We can add or change elements of a list by using equal to assignment operator. Second one, append function. Third one, extend function. And deleting or removing an element can be done in 4 options. First one is by using del keyword. Second one is by using remove function. Third one is by using pop function. And the last one is by using clear function. Okay. So today's class we shall end here. Or anyone having any doubts regarding today's class of list? Any doubts in today's class? Okay, then. Thank you. Thank you.